Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
You're listening to TFG Football.
Hello and welcome. Here we are once again, and it is the Indian Football Podcast that you're listening to. So today we have, as usual, in the studio is Kevin with me. Hey Kevin, what's up?
Hello, Siju.
How is your coaching going on?
It's going very well, and thanks to all the good things that we talk about and all the positive news to look out for this year.
Yeah.
We really, I was able to share that piece of news.
With the kids.
Yeah.
Hey, that's so sweet. That's really good. That's really good. I think one more positive news is also part of our show today. But before that, let's introduce our man who's on his who's got his traveling pants on, and he's been traveling. He's in Calcutta today. Hello, Chiranjeet. Yeah. And
Hello.
He's joining via Skype as usual for some more days, I think. And the usual disclaimer, probably this time he's in Calcutta, so he's closer to a railway track. So you might just hear trains go around, past our conversation.
Towards my left, there is a railway track where local trains will pass from time to time, and towards my right is a metro railway construction site.
Great.
Yeah,
So
we
have good
process
background music for our show today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
so it
so
won't be
viewers
very
can
loud.
imagine
Yeah.
in their mind. So you just on your left you can see this, on your right you can
Yeah,
see like
exactly.
a guide going through Kolkata Darshan.
Yeah, well, but we have interesting stuff to talk about. First of all, as I said, some positive news on part of our show. Sunanda Dhar, CEO of I-League, has come out and said that there will be some clarity on the merger by June. That is not far away, right? June isn't far away. Chiranjeet, that's positive news.
Well, actually, we were hoping we would get some news by March. Okay?
End of I-League?
But June is, for the entire merger process.
Okay.
Which clubs will be playing and whatever, and some clarity on how the negotiations are happening. But see, this comes out in Ananda Bazar Patrika that I-League CEO Sunanda Dhar has said, because the transfer window opens in June, you have to really make sure you know who is playing where before that.
Okay.
So imagine the whole scenario. For ISL, the new top division will be ISL, right? It will be a new league under the name of ISL. So for them, he's really worried about the whole process, and he wants to keep the transfer window open from June and sort everything out by then, which is a good thing by itself. I just hope AIFF had shown the same kind of urgency for this season's I-League, because teams didn't know they were playing 1 month or like 3 weeks before the league started, and everybody was scrambling to make their team. So there was the transfer window was complete chaos for I-League this time. But hopefully, like if everything pans out the way Sunanda Dhar says, it won't be the case next season. So yeah, for us.
Yeah, so can you expect an answer, like probably the final thing coming out on June, or it will be just like how the roadmap came by last season and they said, we can, probably get more stuff on it and get it better. So what do you see? What will happen like in June?
See, usually the big developments happen after the I-League ends.
Yeah.
Right. So even if the active negotiations are going on right now, and where this is going. They want 10 teams in the league next time, but Atletico de Kolkata will not merge with any I-League club, either East Bengal or Mohun Bagan. They don't want it. So what they will do is maybe get 11 teams or maybe even 12 teams. Maybe they don't want 12 teams, but might as well go for it at this point. So it will be clarified. We'll get more clarity by May once again. Last year the roadmap presentation was in May, so I think the 1 year mark of that will give us a lot of information as to how the structure of the season is going to be. So we should expect the well foretold conclusion of this whole thing, that East Bengal, Mohun Bagan and Bengaluru FC make it to the ISL and the rest go to League One.
Yeah.
The question is whether we get a fourth I-League club into the ISL, which may depend on how the season goes.
Okay.
If Mumbai FC, Aizawl FC or somebody else just does well and finishes first or second, or wins the Federation Cup or something, and then they have a Asian playing rights, so then you want that team in the ISL.
Yeah.
So all these things will play out, but let's see. By May we should know. Maybe we won't have to wait till June.
Yeah, okay. So exactly like he said, last year in May we got this presentation done and we had the structure of roadmap for Indian football, and here after a year we get this merger news which everyone has been waiting for. So hopefully, well, at the end of the day, once again, Kevin, we are coming down to the word hope and that emotion that says, let's hope the better for Indian football. And
the hope is there, but I hope all the hopes are not just left hanging in the balance and things are left pending for a long time. Let's hope for a smoother solution for this merger, which has been really taking up too long.
Yeah, but I think that he's a top man from the association, so if he's coming out and saying that we should look for a better, there is light, we see light at the end of it. Well, moving on, tomorrow we are hitting the weekend, right? We also have I-League action coming up once again. There are 2 matches tomorrow, that's Friday. First one is Aizawl taking on Minerva, and is it 1:30 kickoff time? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Have we had kickoff time at that? Like that at that
Yes.
time, 1:30 before? Is it because it's happening in Aizawl?
Yeah, they don't have floodlights in that
Okay.
state.
Yeah, great. So how do you see the first
And
match?
seriously,
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Is it coming on TV?
Yeah, it's on TV. It's on
Great.
10-2, but I seriously don't know why they haven't done it till now. Last season, there was such, a rush for those games. Everybody was so happy. But I'm sure, some people missed out because of office times and whatever. So they should have gone for the floodlights. I mean, it's not that hard
Yeah.
to just
yeah.
install floodlights.
Yeah.
Not anymore. You have a lot of options. Things have gotten more cheaper. So Mizoram Football Association, they have floodlights in the Lamual Stadium where they do the Mizoram Premier League games, which is why they're probably not not too, inspired or pushed to get the floodlights at Rajiv Gandhi Stadium. But then again, you have, probably one of the factors was that they didn't know Aizawl FC would be in the top division.
Yeah.
That
Right.
decision came very late. So maybe that's why we still have 1:30 p.m. kickoffs. But don't worry, it's still going to sell out.
Yeah. I mean, it's what do you say? It's the hub of football, right? So the fans will still flock the stadium no matter what time, just to support their team. Now they take on a new club, Minerva. We've already seen them in action against Chennai, and now we saw Aizawl also play. They got a draw in their first match against East Bengal. So how do you see this match panning out? Chiranjeev, first you go ahead with it.
Well, it's going to be interesting because both are very new look squads, right? Aizawl FC, they got Khalid Jamil's tactical brain in, and some really experienced, Indian players in the squad. They're both foreigners that played against East Bengal. Bai, I think the own goal was actually attributed to Bai in the end. So Gurvinder Singh is right now very happy. He did not score the own goal after all. So all that, he did well. Alfred was good. Jayesh Rane was brilliant.
Yeah.
Lal Ruatra, he was doing his job as well. So it's good. It looks good. The Aizawl FC squad looks in sync. Minerva Punjab FC not so much. I mean, they were keeping shape for some time and doing whatever they could, but it wasn't entirely up there in terms of the performance level. And of course, it's only to be expected because they are just they have just been formed and came to know about their inclusion in the I-League very late. But still, you have to expect something. You can only, if you're a Minerva Punjab fan, you'll just have to hope that the past week they have worked at it and just made some improvements. The interesting thing that the match will bring, I think, is Loveday. Loveday, Eni Naya. He used to be Aizawl FC player. He's now at Minerva Punjab and he's going back to his old home ground to play. So all these nice little cheeky, rivalries or oppositions will come to the fore. It should be an interesting game.
So how do you see, Kevin? I mean, as all we saw, They kind of put up a good show against the formidable side of East Bengal, and they got a draw out of it, whatever the result. I mean, that was, like Khalid Bhai says, a draw is also a win at the end of the day, so you got 1 point out of it. But do you see Minerva putting them under pressure? Or Aizawl it'll be other way around, because Minerva is playing at home, playing away at Aizawl's place, and we've often seen top teams when they go that part of the side, they kind of, fall under the pressure of one fans, the second the way the team plays. So how do you see this forming up?
Yeah, as all in the first game, the way they started off against a strong side, it looked like the strategy was to go on counter-attacks. But that was against a stronger opponent. Now, Minerva, being their first season in the I-League, they're not really sure of what combination to play. So against Minerva, a side that really is not sure of what combination to play against Aizawl, the thing is, Aizawl looked like they are a defensive team, but it will only be determined tomorrow after they play, because it also depends on what is their aim in coming into this I-League this time, because they were second from the bottom in the last season, and with Khalid Jamil on the side, who has been playing defensive football, so it really looks at the aim of the team, where you want to put out your matches results. So Minerva right now haven't played too many young players. They had been looking for a balanced side, a little more experienced side. So against Aizawl, I don't know what combination to look at. Will it be a more maybe a first half they'll look at Aizawl, how they are approaching the game, and then play the second half with how they would actually want to end up the game with. So an interesting game for Aizawl over here, because that really will help us know, are they going to play the entire league defensively, or they just take it game by game. If it is a stronger opponent, they will sit back, and if it is someone like Minerva or Chennai City FC, then they go all out.
So both of you, do you think that this is the match that both the teams will put to test after their first outing? It's
a real test for Minerva, at least, because they haven't tried out the entire squad, because they had some late signings, and but they have a good technical aspect to the back end from the technical management point of view. Minerva, Aizawl are looking more of how Khalid Jamil wants to take this team ahead.
Chiranjeev, do you think that 1 point out of the first match that Aizawl got against, they can be one of the title contenders, you never know, East Bengal, would be a boost for their confidence, that they might just go out, all attack against Minerva, a new team in the league?
They might, but maybe that's not what they should do for the entire game. Simply because it's Khalid Jamil. I have never seen him go complete full-on attack, and other than that game against DSK Shivaji, I think that was something the players did. Okay, they just clicked early, and then they just rammed it in. Otherwise, it's not Khalid's instinct to just completely bulldoze the other opponent, although they might have a chance here. So it should be more aggressive than the game that we saw against East Bengal, just heavy defense and containment. But here they do want to put on a show, right? We saw their first home game last season against Bengaluru FC. And that was a beauty to watch, because they were dominating the midfield. They were trying to create chances. They were passing around. They were just throwing themselves at it, because they were playing in front of their crowd, and they wanted to make them proud and give them something to take back.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in seeing how much of that Aizawl FC comes out, because I did not see much of that against East Bengal. So that is the Aizawl FC that reached the Federation Cup final. That restless, feisty, trying to dominate and not caring about what are the risks. That's what sort of clicked for them towards the end of the season. So hopefully we'll see some of that. And the idea is that whether Khalid Jamil can make a mix of his defensive instincts with the Aizawl FC's core, playing style of midfield dominance and trying to attack. If the two can mix properly, then we have a good team in our hands.
Okay.
But the whole process is still ongoing. I don't think they can just find that mix right away. But tomorrow is an interesting day to, in that process.
Okay, so for your final thoughts on the match, do you see goals or it'll be 1-0 to either of the side? Kevin?
Minerva might just take this, I feel.
Okay.
Somehow. Maybe they will get on the best signings that they have till now, and probably a youngster scoring over here.
Okay.
So a 1-1 or 1-0 to Minerva if there's a result over here.
Okay. Chiranjeev?
I think it's a 1-0 win for Aizawl.
Okay, great. Well, let's hope for that. Let's see what happens. We would love to see a good football. Hope that there is competition here. One team that's earned their place back into the top division, and the other one a new entry into the league. So let's see how that works. Now the other match later in the evening, tomorrow itself at 7 p.m. kickoff is Mohun Bagan versus Shillong. Now Chiranjeev, is the news confirmed that they're going to play behind closed doors?
It seems like it. See, the hearing will take place today, and by evening we'll know exactly what's happening. But the way the things are poised right now, it seems they will have to play tomorrow at Parasat behind closed doors. So,
Okay.
That's the reality right now. It's the sad situation of the whole thing.
Well, keep that aside. Let's talk about the 90 minutes that unfolds on the field. So, what do you have to say? Bagan taking on Shillong.
Yeah, of course, you can remember the kind of results it produced last season. At home, Mohun Bagan beat Shillong Lajong, but Lajong really did well. At some point, they scored, and I think they were leading for some time. Or I don't exactly remember the details. But what I vividly remember is when Bagan went to Shillong and Sony Norde wasn't playing, and the wing play wasn't as convincing as it was with him. And the entire thing fell apart. I mean, they were doing well to some extent. Sanjay Sen, of course, he was suspended, but I think it was part of his plan that Kasumi Yusa came around and he switched flanks and tried to make up for whatever deficit there was. So it was a must-win game for Mohun Bagan, and they tried to win it their hardest. But towards the end, Shillong Lajong got this wonderful free kick goal and got a draw. So that's what Lajong do. Lajong were not a title contender last season, but and they're not a title contender this season either. But they really make things hard for others. They even beat East Bengal in the last day of the season, really rubbing it into their face. So these guys can really produce shock results, and the way they played against Bengaluru FC, it was a 3-0 loss, and they didn't seem anywhere near their best. That's a result of just having their players back and just trying out a new look squad with a very short pre-season. But they have had time.
Yeah, okay.
That initial shock has worn off, and they are in Kolkata. They have been in Kolkata for a while, and maybe it finally falls into place for them. You never know with Shillong Lajong. It's a good side. It's a young side. It's a bit unpredictable because just a couple of things go their way. They just wreak havoc on one of the big boys. They are the thick giant killers of I-League, and Mohun Bagan will have to tread lightly. Plus, they might play in an empty stadium, which is a psychological advantage for the away team. So everything, I really hope Mohun Bagan really go all out. To just secure an early goal and then try to get a second goal in the early second half and try to defend and just manage a 3-point result.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to ask. Yeah, Sony Norde is not playing.
Okay.
Sanjay Sen has said that he won't be in the team. He's nowhere near match fit. He's been out of action for a month. So if that's the case, I hope Kane Lewis and others step up to the plate.
Kevin, what do you say?
Shillong fielded almost 8 to 9 under 22 players, and that too against Bengaluru FC. So I just remember talking about that game. I want to know what was the reason that such a young side was fielded against a strong known opponent. If it's really going to continue that way, it's good on a long term. But if he's going to make a lot of changes from that team that lost very badly, it's going to be difficult for the team itself. Either he makes a few changes from that and he adds more experience, because if you see those experienced midfielders in the team, Ignat playing in the defense, and Kinowaki, he held on to Bengaluru for quite some time. He made those crucial tackles, and you want such players to play against a stronger side, at least during your first half of the season.
Right.
So that for me is the real pick that might decide the result for this game.
Okay.
How he's going to field the side. Is he going to add more foreigners to that? Because Dipanda was there on the bench, and he brought him out after a very long time. He should have got him at least after conceding that first goal. So it really depends on the team selection, how Lajong will finish off.
Okay, so do you all see another one-sided affair here?
Likely. But again, I would look at the team selection, the lineup
Okay.
and then probably if it's a few changes from the last game, and then I really see Mohun Bagan not going all out. It won't. Lajong won't make it too easy for them.
Okay.
So probably a 1-0 if a few changes are made, and if it's a smart selection where you add those youngsters who didn't play too well, you make those replacement, then I see a good 1-1 maybe.
Well, Chiranjeev, what are your thoughts on that? That's some interesting stuff coming out from, I think, Kevin, saying if the team selection's done right, he's expecting a 1-1.
Yeah, well, I think what Kevin said, Dipanda is going to start, Ignat is going to start. Shillong head coach Tangbor Singh too is a very seasoned coach. He knows that the league is a very long chess game, so he really went into the first game without really thinking about getting points out of it. He wanted to test the squad, so that's what he did. He tried out all his young players in front of the toughest opponent in the toughest conditions that he could really think of, and so he's really going to go for a point here. So maybe you get to see a goal from Shillong Lajong, but I think it will be a 2-1 win for Mohun Bagan in the end. Fingers crossed.
Okay. Well, as a fan speaks right there, I mean, for his team, but he's pretty much there. Difference of opinions here. It would be interesting to see what the result will actually come out tomorrow. Both the matches are interesting. Hopefully for a great Friday night. An afternoon and evening, I would say, because the first match kickoff is at 1:30, and in case you plan to miss out on certain things, do not worry. We are bringing you live updates. All you have to do is get onto our website, thefangarage.com, and get onto YouTube. That's why you're listening to our show. So hit the like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also hit the bell icon so you know when new episodes are out. Or you can also listen to our podcast on Audio Boom, SoundCloud, iTunes, etc., and various others. Podcasting apps. Have a great day. Hope you enjoy the show. Enjoy the match tomorrow and come back to us. We will have more to talk about tomorrow as well. Have a great day. Cheers.
Our podcasts bring all the boys to the yard, and damn right, they're better than yours. But you don't need to stand outside in the yard. Just follow IVM Podcasts on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We might be on Tinder too. Just go ahead and swipe right.